Welcome to TV Briefing. The content of the briefing includes letters. The Conservative Party has drifted far from its core values and beliefs. Lyonesse, Kristin Thomas and Lily James do their best in another all men are bad morality play. Does Hollywood have a Jew-face problem? Why Bradley Cooper's new movie is attracting controversy. Nuance lost as all the light we cannot see fails to make leap from page to screen. Masked hearts, catharsis comes out of familial discord. Letters. The Conservative Party has drifted far from its core values and beliefs. Telegraph. A letter to the editor of The Telegraph argues that the Conservative Party in the UK has strayed from conservative principles and values. The author claims that many in the party have adopted Blairite Labour or Liberal Democrat positions and that there is little difference between the Conservatives and Labour. The author suggests that the Reform Party at least offers a conservative perspective. The letter concludes that there is nothing in the current direction of the Conservative Party that will motivate voters to support them in the next election. Another letter argues that the Conservative Party should distance itself from other parties by breaking with its predecessors and presenting a different approach to governance, particularly in areas such as gender ideology. The letter suggests that this would create a point of difference between the Tories and other parties, potentially attracting voters. Another letter criticizes UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres for his remarks on the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, arguing that Hamas and Hezbollah are responsible for the suffering of Palestinians, not Israel. The author asserts that Israel defends itself against attacks from Gaza, while the terrorists use civilians as shields. The letter concludes that the UN should be ashamed of Guterres' comments. Lyonesse, Kristin Thomas and Lily James do their best in another all men are bad morality play. Telegraph. Penelope Skinner's new play, Linda, has been widely anticipated as a Me Too-themed drama. However, the play is actually about coercive control. The play centers on a former actress, Elaine, who has lived in seclusion for 30 years after escaping from an abusive relationship. Elaine wants to tell her story after her former partner, Clive, dies. The play examines how both Elaine and the play's protagonist, Kate, are dominated by their partners. Linda boasts strong performances from its leads, Lily James and Kristin Thomas, who plays Elaine. Does Hollywood have a Jew-face problem? Why Bradley Cooper's new movie is attracting controversy. Yahoo! Bradley Cooper's upcoming film Maestro, in which he plays Jewish-American composer and conductor Leonard Bernstein, has faced controversy over Cooper's decision to wear a prosthetic nose in the role. Critics have accused Cooper of engaging in Jew-face by portraying a Jewish character and using a prosthetic nose, invoking a long-standing debate in Hollywood over the casting of non-Jewish actors in Jewish roles. The term Jew-face refers to the act of non-Jews wearing costumes and makeup to demean and ridicule Jews, often using exaggerated features such as long or crooked noses. The controversy surrounding Maestro began when on-set photos featuring Cooper's prosthetic nose were released, and intensified with the release of the film's trailer. However, Bernstein's children and Jewish organizations such as the Anti-Defamation League have defended Cooper's portrayal, stating that the film is a biopic about a Jewish figure and does not engage in anti-Semitism. Maestro is set to premiere on November 22 in theaters and on December 20 on Netflix. Nuance lost as all the light we cannot see fails to make leap from page to screen. The Sydney Morning Herald. Netflix's adaptation of Anthony Doerr's All the Light We Cannot See has been met with disappointment. The four-part series, directed by Sean Levy, simplified the Pulitzer Prize-winning novel and changed the ending. While the production design and performances were praised, the loss of the book's subtleties and missed opportunities were heavily criticized. The story follows two young protagonists living very different lives during World War II, whose lives eventually converge. The novel has sold over 15 million copies. Masked hearts, catharsis comes out of familial discord. Japan Times. Yuya Ishii, a Japanese filmmaker, has returned to his indie roots with his latest film Masked Hearts. The comedy drama tells the story of Hanako Orimura, a fledgling film director who faces challenges in the mainstream film industry. Ishii, who wrote the original script, draws from personal experiences to create a relatable and realistic story. The film stars Mayu Matsuoka as Hanako, a character reminiscent of Ishii's previous heroines and Matsuoka's breakout role in Tremble All You Want. Behind the concerns and complex feelings some indigenous audiences have about Killers of the Flower Moon. CBC. Martin Scorsese's historical film Killers of the Flower Moon has been criticized by indigenous audiences for its portrayal of the Osage Nation and the real-life murders that took place in the 1920s. Some have argued that the film's indigenous characters were underwritten or stereotypical compared to the white lead characters. Indigenous actors and consultants who worked on the film have expressed mixed feelings about the final product. Some believe that the film overlooks the systemic issues of colonialism and portrays the Osage people as weak and in need of a white savior. Alec Thomas's dad sports White Sox 2005 World Series ring at Diamondbacks Game 7. Yahoo! Alec Thomas, a native of Chicago and former player for Mount Carmel High School, helped the Arizona Diamondbacks reach the World Series for the first time since 2001. His father, Alan Thomas, who was previously the director of strength and conditioning for the White Sox, wore his 2005 White Sox World Series ring for good luck at his son's game. Alec Thomas is currently hitting .212 in the postseason with 7 hits, 4 of which are home runs. He is also known for his exceptional defensive skills as an outfielder. Let's Fly, the latest exhibition from the Balloon Museum, awakens childlike wonder in all of us. The Toronto Star. An exhibition currently on show at New York's Balloon Museum aims to offer an immersive experience through inflatable artwork. The Let's Fly exhibit features 14 artists, with installations that aim to provide some kind of interaction with the audience. The experience includes a large inflatable labyrinth and a gigantic ball pit. How to watch Five Nights at Freddy's. Yahoo! The horror video game Five Nights at Freddy's is set to be released as a movie on October 27. The film, which follows a new security guard at Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria, will be available to stream on Peacock, as well as in theaters. The movie is based on the popular video game series of the same name. Endeavor says it's reviewing strategic options. Bloomberg. Endeavor Group Holdings Incorporated is considering strategic options as the talent agency and entertainment company feels that investors are not accurately valuing the company. The review will exclude publicly traded TKO Group Holdings Incorporated, which owns the UFC and WWE combat sports businesses. Endeavor CEO Ari Emanuel has transformed the company from a talent agency to an entertainment powerhouse, and the review of strategic options reflects management's frustration over falling share prices. Shares of Endeavor rose 16% in extended trading after the announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Dr. Six, your resident observer from the 6 Degrees world, bringing you the latest news and updates from around the globe. Let's dive right in. In the world of politics, it seems that the Conservative Party in the UK is facing criticism for straying from its core values and beliefs. Some argue that there is little difference between the Tories and Labour, while others suggest that the party should present a different approach to governance, particularly in areas such as gender ideology. It remains to be seen how these issues will play out in the next election, but one thing is clear: the Conservative Party needs to find a way to motivate voters and set themselves apart from the competition. Moving on to the world of theatre, Penelope Skinner's new play Linda has garnered attention for its exploration of coercive control, rather than the Me Too themes that were initially anticipated. With strong performances from Lily James and Kristin Thomas, the play delves into the dynamics of abusive relationships and the lasting effects they can have on individuals. It's certainly a thought-provoking piece that sheds light on an important issue. In Hollywood, controversy surrounds Bradley Cooper's upcoming film Maestro, where he plays Jewish-American composer Leonard Bernstein. Critics have accused Cooper of engaging in Jewface by using a prosthetic nose to portray a Jewish character. While the debate continues, Bernstein's children and Jewish organizations have defended Cooper's portrayal, emphasizing the film's biographical nature. It's a reminder of the ongoing discussions surrounding representation in the entertainment industry. Netflix's adaptation of Anthony Doerr's All the Light We Cannot See has received mixed reviews. While the performances and production design are praised, many feel that the subtleties of the Pulitzer Prize-winning novel were lost in translation. It's always a challenge to bring beloved books to the screen, and this adaptation seems to have missed the mark for some viewers. On a lighter note, Japanese filmmaker Yuya Ishii has returned to his indie roots with his latest film Masked Hearts. Drawing from personal experiences, Ishii tells the story of a fledgling film director facing challenges in the mainstream industry. With a relatable and realistic narrative, the film promises to be a cathartic and entertaining experience. In the world of Indigenous representation, Martin Scorsese's film Killers of the Flower Moon has faced criticism for its portrayal of the Osage Nation and the real-life murders that occurred in the 1920s. Some argue that the film overlooks systemic issues and perpetuates stereotypes. It's a reminder of the importance of authentic and nuanced representation in storytelling. In the sports world, Alec Thomas, a rising star in baseball, has made it to the World Series with the Arizona Diamondbacks. His father, Alan Thomas, showed his support by wearing his 2005 White Sox World Series ring for good luck. It's a heartwarming display of family support and the power of a lucky charm. For those looking for a whimsical experience, New York's Balloon Museum is currently hosting an exhibition called Let's Fly that features inflatable artwork. The interactive installations aim to awaken the childlike wonder in all of us and provide a unique and immersive experience. Horror game fans will be excited to know that Five Nights at Freddy's is set to be released as a movie. The film follows a security guard at Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria and will be available to stream on Peacock and in theaters. It's sure to be a thrilling experience for fans of the popular video game series. Lastly, in the business world, Endeavor Group Holdings Incorporated is reviewing strategic options as it feels that investors are not accurately valuing the company. The talent agency and entertainment company has seen falling share prices, prompting a reevaluation of its direction. It will be interesting to see what decisions Endeavor makes to regain investor confidence. That's all for today's news, folks. Remember, I always love to hear your thoughts and opinions. So, what do you make of these stories? Do you have any burning questions or insights to share? Let's keep the conversation going. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.